Well, hello everyone. Hey, it is Karen McDermott Rolfe, independent advisor with Creative Memories here for my monthly technique, layout, and challenge. I challenge all of you to use this technique to create a layout and then share a photo of your layout with me in my private group on Facebook at Karen's Croppers. If you add your photo to the appropriate album in Karen's Croppers, you'll be entered into my December door prize drawing. You can also find me on my blog at karencrops.com for some more layout ideas. And I so appreciate all of your orders at creativememories.com/user/Karen, and it's Karen with a Y. And I offer a generous customer rewards program. And look for me there on Facebook at Karen's Croppers. I would love for you to join me there. We have a wonderful, wonderful scrapbooking community in Facebook. So for my technique challenge today, I am using an older layout that I created last year for Creative Memories. I am one of the blog contributors for Creative Memories, and I create layouts for them using their tools and materials. So this is a layout I created last year for our Black Friday promo of using this beautiful paper and materials and the plaid border punch. I was recently reminded about this layout by one of my cropping buddies, Lori, so I just wanted to give a shout out to Lori for reminding me about this layout and sharing that she was recently using this technique to create a layout, and I thought it'd be a great idea to remake this layout using different materials and a different punch. So for my original layout here, what I've done is I've used a sheet of designer paper as my background, and that's kind of this dusty blue color is an entire sheet. And I've cut 3-inch strips from designer paper that I've placed here in the middle of the layout. Okay. And then I punched 3 borders and layered them over the strips to get this nice effect. So you can see how I mixed and matched materials there using that plaid border punch. Now the plaid border punch was one of the promo Black Friday punches last year, but now Creative Memories has added it this year to our December deals. So make sure to get on our website and take a look at the deals that Creative Memories is offering for December. They have some items marked down from 38% all the way up maybe to 50% even. So some great discounts. If you fill your cart and place an order with $100 worth of items from the December deals, you will get an additional $20 off of your order. So what a great deal and what a great savings. You're going to get the discounted items and then the additional $20 off. So super, super deal. So when the December deals launched at the end of November, this plaid border punch was one of the punches that you were able to purchase. Last year, it was an exclusive item that was not available to purchase. You could only get it through the Black Friday promo. So I hope that a good number of you were able to get it last year from the Black Friday promo or this year from the December deals. Okay? And then I also made the same layout, just using different materials and a different punch. And look at how different it looks, but it's equally lovely. So for this layout, I've used our current Polar Lights collection. This is our winter collection. And then I used another punch here, the Rainbow Ripples Border Punch. Again, that's the Rainbow Ripples Border Punch. That was also available through the December deals here this year. So at the end of November, this was a punch. This was an exclusive punch that's not been available for purchase previously. This was added as part of the December deals. It's not discounted, but it's an exclusive item that you can purchase. So I used this Rainbow Ripples Border Punch for this layout. And you can see in this case, I made all 3 of the borders just from the same baby blue cardstock. Whereas in my first layout, I had used a combination of cardstocks and a designer paper. But here I used the same, and I think it looks just as nice. I just need to finish this layout with some journaling, and I will be good to go with that one. So I thought I would put together another sample really quickly for all of you so you can crop along with me. I'm going to be using some cranberry cardstock and some of the paper from our Christmas Totally Tonals. So this was the Christmas Totally Tonals. They're double-sided with plaids, really pretty. I love both sides. I have a hard time deciding which to use. I like this modern, fresh side here, and I kind of like the traditional plaids on this side too. I'm thinking I might use this side for the layout today. And I have a sheet of white cardstock as my background. So I just need to cut these into 3 inches by 12 inch strips. So that's 3 inches by 12. And we'll do that for all 3 of the papers, again at 3 inches by 12. This paper here also coordinates with our Christmas collection this year, the seasonal sightings. So the plaid paper is a nice complement to that collection. So I'm thinking I'll put this lighter piece in the middle of the layout. And then I would just center them. That turned out pretty good on first try, huh? And adhere them down like that. And now I'm going to use, how about if I use both of these punches just to be fun? The diagonal plaid, I should have said that before, it is the diagonal plaid, I believe, border punch, and the Rainbow Ripples border punch. So I've already punched 2 to get me started. I have one here from the diagonal plaid. I'm thinking I'm going to put this strip in the middle, and I have a Rainbow Ripples that I'll put on the bottom. And so I just need to punch one more Rainbow Ripple for the top. If you haven't used our border punches before, you open them up by this little lever here on the back side, and then you insert your cardstock or your paper to begin at one of the black lines on the very front face here of the punch. Okay, so the top edge of your paper is going to be lined up like that with one of the black lines. So I have it lined up with the black line, and my cardstock is flush here against the back tray of the punch. And then I punch. And I should move these strips. So I'm going to get quite a bit of debris here. And I'm going to pull it through, and I'm going to do pattern matching. So typically what we would do is we would take the punched out pattern on the paper and match it with the imprinted pattern on the punch, so it overlaps. And that's when you'll know when to make your next punch. So right there, when those patterns are covered, and I'm keeping the paper, the cardstock, flush here against that back tray, I'd make another punch. Now this punch, not all of our border punches have this feature, but this one does. See the little arrow right there? The little arrow? That is a great indicator guide because there's a little arrow imprinted on the tray. So now to make it extra easy, I'm going to just look for that arrow, and I'm matching up the arrows. So when they overlap, I'm going to punch. And I'm keeping that cardstock flush against the back tray to get it. And if it gets off a little bit, you can see where mine must have slid on me. See, I've got the little stray pieces there. So I can just pluck them off, or I can take my microtip scissors with that fine, nice point, and I can just get in there and snip those stray little pieces off. Okay. So otherwise, it looks really good. And now I'm going to just cut it off with my trimmer. I'm just going to cut it close. It looks like it might be at about 1.5 inches is where I would cut it off. 1.5. Now while I'm trimming this red the cranberry cardstock, I'm going to cut a 1/4 inch by 12 inch strip. I already have another one cut, so now I have 2. Okay, so you'll want 2 of those 1/4 inch by 12 inch strips. And I can set this aside. I want to show you something before I throw the debris away. is another way to use this punch is you'll have these little pieces. So if you punched a variety of the borders in a variety of colors, you can go ahead and take the different colors of these pieces and adhere them back in to create even more patterns with this punch. So you can envision, say this was black or green or a different color. You could do that, okay? You could also take the smaller little arc pieces here and tape them back in and make rainbow colors. So you could, again, doing these in a variety of colors, adhere them back in so you can create a multicolored little rainbow here at the bottom. So you can see that this punch is really versatile. There's going to be a lot of different ways to use it if you play around with that debris that you get, so you can make other patterns, okay? But in this case, I'm not going to use any of that because I want my plaid paper to show through. Let me make sure I'm still in the frame. Let me get my strips again. I think I might put the green on the bottom. I don't know, this is just a visual thing of me. But to me, the green is a darker, heavier color pattern than the other two. The other two are a little lighter and brighter. So I put the darker one on the bottom. And to me, the darker one has a heavier weight. Does that make sense? It's a heavier weight. So it makes sense to me that it's more at the bottom of the layout instead of at the top, that I have the weight there at the bottom. But that's just a very subtle little design thing. So I would put the plaid, the diagonal plaid border right here. And then my two rainbow ripples here and here. And then to finish it off, when I first made the layout last year, I finished off the top and bottom with a sticker strip. So that little floral leaf kind of pattern, those are stickers there at the top or bottom. So if you have some sticker strips that would work nicely to finish those edges, use those. That makes it really pretty. On my Polar Lights layout, I did not have any. The sticker strips for this collection did not work well for that. So I just used a 1/4-inch strip here at the top and the bottom. And I think that's what I'm going to do again with this layout, because this layout is a little busy. It's already busy. And I don't think we need to add more pattern by using a sticker strip. So I think just solid is going to be better. And the busyness, again, it comes from the 3 bright plaids. These are really bright plaids. And the three borders here, especially using the 2 different patterns. Again, that makes it a little busy. And then you can imagine that you had some photographs. We'll pretend these are photos. And they would go something like, make it kind of not right in the middle. Make it over to one side. That's another design tip. Everything looks a little better off-center versus centered. So you'll have it off to the side like that. Ooh, I really like that. That's going to be really striking. And then depending on, look at your embellishments and stickers that you have. In this case, I would be looking at the seasonal sightings embellishments and stickers. And you can create kind of a visual triangle here. So I would do a little cluster up in this corner. And then kind of right midway, maybe another little cluster. And then over on the side would be an area for a journaling space, again, with some more stickers. So let's take a look at my other layout and see how I created that visual triangle with embellishments. So here I started off with a little bit of journaling and an embellishment, the title with an embellishment and another embellishment. So what that helps to do is it helps to attract your eye and move your eye all around the layout. So you can see your eye is going to go in this visual triangle. And this is all going to happen subconsciously. And that helps to move your eye all around the layout So you see all aspects of it. You'll see every aspect of the layout. And it also adds a kind of a subliminal thing, subconscious movement to the layout. So it makes it dynamic, that it's got movement. So even though it's a static, just paper page, you're creating this movement with your eye that gives it that dynamic quality that again makes it more interesting and attractive. So those were a couple design tips for you today, but really a super easy layout that can look really striking. I can't wait to see all of the different variations that you guys are going to make using this technique. Again, the possibilities are endless. Take a look at your border punches and what you have. I like the border punches with these because they're wider versus a Border Maker cartridge. A Border Maker cartridge, is going to punch a much narrower border. And you can definitely try it. I'm not knocking it or anything. Definitely try it. It might look just fine, but I kind of like the chunkiness of the border punch with it. So look for the album. I believe it's going to be Technique Tuesday 42, maybe. Boy, that means it's the 42nd technique here layout that I've shared in Karen's Croppers on Facebook. So look for that album and add your photo, and you'll get an entry into my December door prize drawing. Before I sign out, I just like to take a moment to wish all of you a very happy holiday season. I hope you enjoy this entire month of the season and just have a wonderful time with your friends and family. And thank you so much for following me and supporting my business in so many ways. I appreciate all your views, all your likes, all your comments. I appreciate you interacting with me on Karen's Croppers, following my blog, and of course I appreciate all of your purchases to my website link. So thanks so much, everybody. Oh, I do have to mention too the different events that I participate in. I participate in a good deal of virtual events. If you like my style of layouts, if you like my teaching style, make sure to check those out. So if you join me on Facebook at Karen's Croppers or get on my email list, you'll find out about all of my virtual events. Of course, I do in-person events too for those who are in central Illinois. That's how they can reach me. But so many of you are not in central Illinois, so you join me virtually for these virtual events. So make sure to check out that schedule too. All right, everybody, I'm signing out here. Merry Christmas and happy holidays.